All right, hey folks. So we're going to be talking about Pumpkin Boogie today, which is probably one of the most notorious songs in the Orange Book, at least for the favors. And that's because the rhythm here, the timing stuff, gets pretty complicated. We get this little guy, the eighth rest, which really makes us have to start really counting these ands, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm going to try to help that make a little bit of sense. We'll talk it out first, and then I'll show you some things with it. So let's go to the blue box here. Again, this rest does not look like much. It looks like a 7 with a little hairdo thing going on it. But it's worth 1/2 of a beat. So we're so used to seeing these eighth notes in pairs. Remember, together, those guys make one beat. We've got one and, right? That's one beat. So when we bring this in here, it's going to take the place of one of these eighth notes. So we're left with what we call a single eighth note, this guy here. So whereas this is, the full beat of 1, we got 1 and. This is the full beat of 2, but the first part of it is silent. So 1 and rest, and 1 and 2 and. So if we're in this mode, these quarter notes are going to take up 2 counts. We're going to say 1 and then and. Remember, that's 1 full beat, and then that would be the second full beat. I don't know why they made it 2/4 up here, but whatever, they did it. All right, so it's going to sound like this. We're going 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So I would start off just really mastering that. It is the same rhythm we see down here, but I'm going to just practice it on one key here. So I'll go ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. And I really recommend counting out loud while you do that, just to get a sense of how that feels when we're doing it. It's actually very hard to count the 2 and not play. So if you find yourself doing 1 and 2 and really try to work that through and get it. I'll do it one more time right for you. It's going to go ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. That's the deal. All right, so let's get into the actual song here. It's a fun one once you get it going, but it's just mastering these first parts. So first things first, let's get this left hand out of the way. It's going to go thumb on C. Hopefully you can see there. I'm going C, B flat, A flat, G. And it's supposed to repeat there. It's got a repeat sign right there, so we'll do that twice. Okay? And my best advice for you here is don't go fast. Don't do this just because it's easy there, right? We really want to be aware of the timing the whole song. And this is half notes, so these 2 beats. So we want to set it up to where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, as the actual song begins, just focus on the left hand here for a second. That does not change. That timing, we still have those half notes down there. They're going to go by the same pace. They're going to use the same fingers. It's just C, B flat, A flat, G the whole time. So that's kind of a break. But again, make sure that you are real comfortable with that, because that's the whole first page for the left hand. All right. So that being under control, let's take a look at the right hand stuff and get that under control too. So the notes here are pretty easy. It's C, and then this. It's called a minor second. We have D and E flat together. Makes a horrible sound on its own there, but when we're going fast, it's going to sound pretty good, just jazzy. It's got a little bite in there. All right, so same deal here. Let's look at what we got. I'm seeing quarter notes for this first measure. So I know to count these just 1, 2, 3, 4, just normal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you wanted to, you could also count the ands. Remember, each beat has a number, and then the and would go in the middle here. So for this first measure, again, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can do that fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just make sure it's steady and that you're playing on the numbers, on what we call the down beats would be the thing. All right, cool. And then we get this crazy measure. Oh, no. So to get this right, we've got to, you can see, count the ands. It is the same rhythm we had up above. It's 1 and 2. We're not going to play on 2. We do play on the and that's a repeat of those notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So take a look what that looks like. I'll count with it. All right, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So let's try that together. If you can count out loud with me, that would be ideal. We'll go ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, and we'll loop that around. We'll do that 2 times. So you've seen it there. I'm trying to... All right, here we go. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... All right, cool. And this will be a little tricky here, but I'm going to try to go from this measure to this measure with just the right hand. All right, see if this makes sense. So I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... That's it. All right, cool. And then the good news is that this is just the same thing. So I don't have any counts written in here, but let's see if we can read that down the same way. I'm starting right here with this C. All right, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's the idea. All right, cool. So I'm going to speed that up. We've seen it now. You got it in the book, so I'll just kind of play this here. I'm still going to count. I'm just going to count a lot faster. So I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Cool. And it gets tiring counting like that. So you can see why it's a good idea to have it in your head. But that, again, I just want to show you when you're going fast, you still want to have a sense of where those counts are, even if you're going crazy fast. I'll try to do it one more time. Here we go. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So obviously don't play it that fast, but just to show you that the counting thing can go as fast as you can move your lips. Kind of keep it going in there. All right, cool. And then lastly, once you do all that good counting work, it is cool to just internalize it, is what I call it, and just see if you can get it back and forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it one time, leave you space to play, and then I'll play one time after that. So we'll go back and forth, waiting for 2 times. All right, so this is our tempo. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. You play? Me again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. You play? Dun, dun, dun. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. I pulled my snap, but hopefully didn't throw you off there. That's the idea. Okay, so that's step 1. That is probably great for a full day of practice here. The next level here is putting the hands together. So let's take a look at that. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie, but I can give you some tips here. So once you've got this mastered, again, this is good to take for a second day of practice. Hopefully that's feeling pretty good. And we got this, of course. All right, so we need to put those together. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first half of it is that first measure. This is the C and the B flat. Let's practice that together here if we can. So C's together, B flat, okay? And then when we get down to measure 4, the funky measure, it's gonna be A flat in the left hand, C in the right, rest, and then we're playing this again, and then C again with the G, okay? So let me put this together without blabbing at you, just let you see it. I'm gonna go nice and slow. Seeing it? I'll do that one more time. Cool. And then a quick tip for you. So once you've mastered this, the left hand always plays whenever you play a C in your right hand pattern. So we're starting there, right? See the C? This is by itself. We play left hand there, left hand here, rest, left hand there. So even without counting, I can just watch where my thumb goes and know to play left hand up. Left hand, left hand, left hand, left hand. So hopefully that can kind of help you out as you go through there too. All right, good stuff. And then that, of course, is just going to repeat. So you get the same thing 2 times. All right, so this is what you would want to aim for through the latter part of the week here. Let's run it, and then I'm going to start right on the pattern with those guys together. and I'll count it. So we'll go ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, and take as many times as you need to get that comfortable, and then we want to maybe push the speed just a little bit. So last round here, we'll go 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we start to get some of that kind of jazzy flavor in there. I think the faster the better. Something like that. I'm just kidding. Don't go that fast. All right, cool. And the only other thing I would say is just, put the first 2 in the left hand before it. Last thing I'll do here is just do that entire first page with the intro stuff in there. So here we go. Ready, go. Here it comes. Ta-da! All right, so happy practicing. Again, it is a confusing song, but it's a really important one to get control of this 8th note, the 8th rest. And once we know that, we're going to be able to play all these kind of syncopated, jazzy things, and our work will have paid off. So happy practicing. Again, don't feel bad if it takes a little while. This is a tough one for a lot of kids, but we'll get it worked out. It's going to sound great. All right, talk to you soon.